Now, joining me now in studio is Patriotic Alliance Deputy President Kenny Kunene. Now, news reports suggest that Kunene was at the Santon home of Katiso Molefe when police effected that arrest yesterday. Good afternoon, Mr. Kunene. Thank you very much for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much for having me.
No, it's a pleasure to have you with us. So, just given based on the reports that have emerged that you were at the home of Mr. Katiso Molefe when the arrest was effected, is this in fact the case?
Yes, it is true that I was at the house of Mr. Molefe.
And what was the nature of the visit? Are you guys perhaps close friends?
No, we are not friends. I think if you look at my online newspaper, it hasn't been that active, and I decided to put together some young people that can then run with it, that are interested in the media space. And to resuscitate it, obviously, and in its own tradition, African News Global has always focused on exclusive stories. So they wanted to do an exclusive story, and Mr. Molefe was a person where there was an opportunity to do a story with him. Remember that he has not spoken publicly since his arrest and whilst he was on bail. And so I facilitated with somebody that I know that knows Mr. Molefe. And Mr. Molefe agreed to do the interview, and the meeting was facilitated.
So you were there essentially as the editor-in-chief of the newspaper, facilitating an interview exclusively?
No, not as editor-in-chief. I am handing the platform as the owner to these young people because I don't have time for it with the work that I'm doing in the city. And but these matters are very sensitive. So the person that facilitated said, you have to bring the journalist, which I did. He sent me the address, and we followed that address. In fact, he sent me the first address, and then he said, no, don't use this one, use this one. It was just a question of street or road or something. So we used the address, we got there. We drove in. As we're in the driveway, standing, I don't know if it's the son or one of the boys, came running and saying, the police are kicking the gate. And Mr. Molefe came out and they said, no, open the gate.
So just for clarity.
I mean, guys, this explanation of Kenny Kunene does not make any sense. Kenny Kunene is telling us that he does not have the time for this online platform because of his work as the MMC. And at the same time, Kenny Kunene is telling us that he's driving around the journalist to do the interviews with the likes of Mr. Katie Molefe for this online platform that he supposedly does not have time for. And the other thing that he says is that he felt like it was the time to hand over the reins of this online platform to this young journalist. So the question is, why did you feel the need to hand over the reins of this online platform to this young journalist at the home of Mr. Katie Molefe? I mean, Kenny Kunene could have just thrown a party at his home and saying that, guys, because I'm an MMC for transport in Johannesburg, I'm a councillor and I'm also the deputy president of Patriotic Alliance, I do not have the time to focus on this online platform. And I want these young journalists to take over this platform. This is something that Kenny Kunene could have done at his own home. But for him to say that, I wanted to give the reins of this platform to this young journalist at the home of Mr. Katie Molefe, I found that to be quite suspicious. I don't know, guys, if it is me or what, but it does not make any sense. It does not make any sense. And I don't know why Kenny Kunene felt the need to be there personally. He could have just sent a driver to take the journalist there. Because the guy that he supposedly spoke to, the guy that has supposedly connected him with Mr. Molefe, he trusts Kenny Kunene. And if Kenny Kunene picked up the phone and said that, I'm going to send my driver is Thomas, and Thomas is going to come there with Katleho is the journalist. I trust these people are in safe hands, in your hands. Of course, this guy was going to trust Kenny Kunene. But for him to feel the need to be there personally and still tell us that, no, I was just there because I wanted to facilitate the interview between this journalist and Mr. Katie Molefe. I don't believe it. It does not make any sense to me. It does not make any sense. But then the president of Patriotic Alliance, Gayton McKenzie, you remember during that time, he told the South Africans that Ken Kunene will be suspended as the deputy president of the party, as the MMC of transport, and they are going to launch an investigation into this whole thing. And now we are being told that Ken Kunene has been cleared and the man wants his job back.
Welcome back. Just a reminder that we're waiting for President Cyril Ramaphosa to start his address at the United Nations General Council. As soon as he begins, we'll take you there live and come back to wrap up the show and continue with our conversation. This is the story that we're looking at now. An investigation into alleged criminal connections involving Patriotic Alliance Deputy President Kenny Kunene has cleared him of any wrongdoing. The investigation was commissioned by the party after Kunene was found at the Sandton home of Katiso Katie Molefe in July when police pounced on the controversial businessman. Molefe faces charges related to the murders of DJ Sambodi, whose real name is Opa Sefoka, and Hector DJ Vintos Buthelezi. Kenny Kunene joins us now in studio. Kenny, thank you so much for making time for us.
Thank you for having me. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you must feel relieved that you have been cleared now by this report.
Yes, I indeed feel relieved. I feel vindicated. But I've always maintained my innocence. But I'm happy that a reputable firm in Cliff Decker Hofmeyer was commissioned to do this investigation. This is what they do. And they've come to this conclusion.
I went through the report this afternoon. I noticed that they spoke to you, they spoke to the editor of this news agency, the journalist, and this Jabu gentleman that will not be, of course, mentioned, the one who connected you to Katie Molefe. Why didn't they speak to the police as well? I understand with Katie Molefe because he's in jail. Did they not want to hear the version from the police?
I don't know. That question will have to go to them. I really don't know why they didn't speak to the police. They never discussed it with me.
Okay. But do you understand why it would have been important for them to get the side of the police? So that it's not just one side of the story where it's people that are connected to you that are, of course, going to corroborate your version. And I'm not saying your version was wrong, but it would help to get another side, like get to the police and say, what did you notice about Kenny Kunene when he was at this house?
Yeah, I think I mentioned what transpired there. The police were not there for me, and but I wouldn't know why they didn't speak to the police. I think they felt that they were not an important aspect of this investigation. But I don't know. I can't answer for them.
Are you guys surprised that there are already loopholes in the report that has cleared Kenny Kunene? And I don't want to lie. I remember when Gayton McKenzie told the South Africans that they are going to hire a firm to look into what is happening between Kenny Kunene and Katie Molefe. I came on the platform and I said, guys, this is just a formality, but there's absolutely no way that a firm that is going to be hired by Gayton McKenzie is going to come out and implicate Kenny Kunene on something. Kenny Kunene and Gayton McKenzie are best friends. And now we are learning that Kenny Kunene has been cleared by the report. And these investigators apparently didn't speak with the police. I find it to be quite strange that they didn't speak with the police. So they only spoke with the people that are in the circle of Kenny Kunene, but they didn't speak with the police. Okay.
So Steve Mutale is the editor of this news platform.
Yes.
But unfortunately, he couldn't go with this journalist to go and interview Katie Molefe.
Yeah.
From my understanding of the report is that he was not well, and he has provided evidence to that effect. Who is this young journalist that you had to accompany to the story?
It's Bianca Binase. Yes.
Tell me more about Bianca. Is he an experienced journalist?
No.
Did Bianca need you to come with?
He's not an experienced journalist. I always get inquiries, even from my relatives, that they would want to venture into journalism.
Yeah.
I get inquiries from journalists at universities that they want to make ends meet, so therefore they want an opportunity. So it's one of those people that have got this burning desire for journalism, and he was just fortunate that he was available at a time when we made that decision.
Why didn't you guys run the story that Molefe has just been arrested?
Clement, you know, there's exclusive stories and breaking stories.
Yeah.
If you had followed Africa News Global from the time of its inception when it was launched, and I think you know, when it was launched, it was at the Maslow Hotel. Ministers were there, deputy ministers were there, people from different political parties were there, and business people. Oh. Its focus, it's exclusive news. Mm-hmm. Now, a breaking story, and if you follow it for all these years, it does not put much emphasis or concentration on breaking news, because a breaking news is you are breaking, somebody who breaks it also. We focus more on exclusive news. So it was not necessary for us to break such news. The journalist was there. The journalist was traumatized. The police just came in with guns, with a Casper, hidden faces. So I think that's not the focal point of Africa News Global. Africa News Global wants exclusive stories, and that's what we are known for. That's what it has been doing.
So,
man, it doesn't make any sense, man. It doesn't make any sense. Because right now we are talking about a person that has been suspected to have orchestrated the assassinations of the likes of DJ somebody in the country and other people in this country. And this is the same person that was also exposed by General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi during that press conference. And Kenukunene went to this gentleman because he wanted to get his side of the story. And this just shows you how important this man is in this whole thing that is happening right now. And the same guy is arrested in front of your journalist. And you guys are not breaking that story. And you are telling South Africans that no, it is not an exclusive story. KT Molefe being arrested in front of us, it was not an exclusive story. And we in Africa News Global, we only deal with exclusive stories. How is the arrest of Mr. KT Molefe not an exclusive story? How?
but when someone is being arrested, I mean, a story can both be breaking and exclusive. Can we agree on that? Because there are certain stories, they're just breaking news stories. Like Fanny Masemola arrives at...
I mean, like, that was an exclusive story because this thing happened in front of them. They had the first-hand experience of Mr. Molefe being arrested in front of them. This is how exclusive it was. They were not relying on what other people said. They saw it themselves. So for him to try to argue this story as not being exclusive, I don't understand how he's actually making an argument that a man being arrested in front of him and his journalist is not an exclusive story. You know why? Kenukunene didn't report that Mr. KT Molefe has been arrested because he knows that the South Africans were going to ask him a very simple question. What were you doing in the home of Mr. KT Molefe? This is the only reason why Kenukunene told the journalist, maybe, apparently, I don't know, I'm just speculating. Kenukunene told the journalist that we cannot go out and break this story because the question that is going to come is, what the hell am I doing at the home of Mr. KT Molefe? This is the question that Kenukunene tried to avoid. That he was at the home of Mr. KT Molefe and he knows that it was going to be a bad look. South Africans learning that he's chilling and drinking orange juice in the home of Mr. KT Molefe. He knows that it was going to be a bad look on him. And this is the only reason why they didn't run with this story. Not the fact that it was not an exclusive. It was an exclusive because it also happened in front of them. They didn't have to rely on anybody for information. The police were there. The police were there and Mr. Molefe was there. And the action happened in front of them.
Because there are certain stories, they're just breaking news stories. Like Fanny Masemola arrives at the state capture at the Madlanga Commission. There are some news agencies that would break that. But there are certain stories that are breaking news, but they're also exclusive. At the time of KT Molefe's arrest, nobody knew about it.
No. Breaking news can be exclusive. A cop, by the way, same day, people knew that Molefe was arrested.
But later on.
So breaking news is what you break without detail. It's just a statement, breaking news. This is what's happening. It's a developing story. That's not the model. That's not the character of Africa News Global. Mm-hmm. The character of Africa News Global is to investigate, is to bring the detail. Mm-hmm. So your news, these other online newspapers, I don't want to mention them and give them free publicity. These white-owned ones, no, those ones like breaking news.
Okay. The last time I interviewed Steve Motala, I went on the website, and I didn't only find exclusive stories on the website. So if I go on the website now, if you deal with exclusive stories, then I should only find exclusive stories.
No.
I can't.
No. That's our focal point. When we started, we had an arrangement with Reuters, where we take stories of Reuters and plug them in, where we take stories of independent newspapers, IOL, and plug them in. So we have those relationships where we take stories and plug them in. But our focal point is exclusive stories. And even the stories that would plug.
Oh, I understand. They only deal with exclusive stories when it's convenient to them. It is not that Africa News Global is about exclusive stories. No, it is about them dealing with exclusive stories when it is convenient to them. I understand now.
Plug them in. The journalist will look at the story. Is it worth us taking and plugging it in? So we even sourced stories from Reuters. We paid Reuters per month so that we can source stories, international stories, continental stories, South African stories, of which your other online newspapers and newspapers do the same. Mm-hmm. So we are professional online newspaper. That's why I'm making this example of Reuters, of independent newspapers. So we do take stories from them because we have that arrangement.
What's your relationship with this journalist that has written this idea, that was with you at Katie Molefe's house? Because I saw in the report it says you guys were busy shopping for stuff for your house in the Free State, if I'm not mistaken, when you received the call from this gentleman who said you need to go to Katie Molefe's house for this interview.
Yeah. So sorry. When I was doing the shopping, I knew that there was going to be an interview, and that's why I took the journalist with me, because I didn't know what time until I was informed about the time of 12 o'clock. So that's why I took him to go with me, so that when the call comes and the address comes in, then we go there. And I don't know, Clement, what's your angle to go back to what has been investigated? Are you saying the investigation and the inquiry by Cliff Decker Hofmeyer is not sufficient to with the report that has come out?
No, man, no. Like, even if that report comes from a firm that you guys trust, we still have the right to question what they have actually concluded. We have the right to question what they have concluded. And now, Kenukunene is not answering a very simple question. What is your relationship with that journalist? What is the relationship with that journalist? Because now you are going around doing shopping with this journalist. What is your relationship with that journalist? And he is not answering that. If anything, he's going on an attack.
Not at all.
Why are you going back?
Because I've never had the...
So now, what Ken Kunene is trying to tell us is that we are not even supposed to question the report that has cleared him. We are not even supposed to question anything.
Investigation and the inquiry by Cliff Decker Hofmeyer is not sufficient to with the report that has come out.
Not at all.
Why are you going back?
Because I've never had the opportunity to talk to you.
Okay,
right?
No, that's fine.
And there are viewers out there that have never had the...
Why are you being so defensive, my man? Why? Why? I don't know, man. Why is Kerikunene being so defensive? And I find it quite strange that, guys, so we don't know this person that has supposedly connected Kenukunene with Mr. Katie Molefe. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? What is the relationship of Kenny Kunene and this guy that has connected him with Mr. Katie Molefe? Is it also addressed on this report?
Opportunity to hear you explain yourself. So that's why
They've had me on different news channels, including SABC.
Yeah, and there have been lots of developments since
Yes.
what happened. So that's why it's important for me to lay the foundation, because there's a long conversation I want to have with you, but it's important to lay that conversation. In fact, I'm going to take a quick ad break. When we come back, we're going to continue this conversation with Kenny Kunene, the Deputy President of the Patriotic Alliance. Stay with us.
So, guys, are you telling me that Clement Manyatela is actually gonna allow Kenny Kunene to get away with the fact with not answering what is the relationship between him and the journalist? No, Clement, don't do that, man. Don't do that.
Welcome back. We continue our conversation with Kenny Kunene, who has been cleared by an independent investigation that was commissioned by the Patriotic Alliance that looked at what happened when he arrived at the home of Katie Molefe at the time of his arrest. Mr. Kunene, you were just explaining that you had gone shopping with this young journalist. You're saying you took this young journalist shopping with you because you knew that you were anticipating a call, that you must go do the investigation.
Yes.
Yeah?
The interview.
Okay. But is there any other relation with him? Because on the report, I think they refer to you as his uncle.
Yes.
Okay.
So Kenny Kunene is the uncle of this young journalist that was supposedly going to interview Mr. Katie Molefe. Oh, no wonder Kenny Kunene said that I don't have time for this Africa News Global newspaper, but at the same time, he has the time to drive around a journalist to interview Mr. Katie Molefe. So now we are finding out that Kenny Kunene is the uncle of that journalist.
Because on the report, I think they refer to you as his uncle.
Yes.
Okay. With the news platform that you have, you are dealing with exclusives. Were you confident together with Mr. Motale that this is a person who can handle a story like that is an exclusive? Because my understanding is he has no experience in journalism, does he?
Yes. That is why I was there. Remember, with these type of stories that are very sensitive, the people would want a senior person.
Yes.
And Mr. Motale was supposed to be that person. Mm-hmm. But because the confirmation came the same day, then Mr. Motale was not available. We could not miss that opportunity.
When did the confirmation come?
In the morning.
Okay.
And that is why I also went with the journalist, because of the sensitivity. Look, I took Mr. Motale to go interview President Jacob Zuma.
Yes.
I accompanied him. So it's not a new thing for us to accompany. And I've learned since 2016 when I started getting into the media space, the likes of Mr. Motale have also taught me journalism, how things work. Yes, I'm not a journalist, but at least I understand. I've sat with him interviewing very prominent people, and I'm mentioning one now, President Jacob Zuma, of which he has interviewed him not once. So that is why I was there, so that guidance can be given.
You were going to provide the guidance to the young journalist.
We could not miss that opportunity to interview. By the way, Mr. Motale has also assisted with preparing the journalist in terms of the questions that must be asked. So it's not a.
What do you understand about journalism to guide him when he's busy doing his work, this young journalist?
Yes.
What do I understand about journalism?
No, I'm saying, what kind of guidance were you going to give him?
Yes.
Because as someone who is not necessarily trained as a journalist, you're saying that you're at least training him.
Follow-up questions.
Or you're going to help do the interview.
He might perhaps ask a question. Yeah. And the response is not sufficient. And I might be able to then say, no, this is a follow-up question that we need to get the details. So that would be the type of assistance that I would give.
Yeah. Are you still not comfortable to tell us who is the person that connected you to Katie Molefe?
I am comfortable, but the person is not comfortable.
Oh, he's not comfortable with it.
Yes.
Who else was at the house when you arrived there with this young journalist?
It was Mr. Molefe and his kids.
And his kids?
Boys.
Was Malcolm X not there, the businessman?
No. Why would he be there?
Because he has already said, in fact, when I interviewed him, that he was at the house. He was called to come to the house because someone needed help. They told him that there are some police officers at the house of Katie Molefe.
You are confusing Malcolm's story and our story.
No, I'm trying to
Malcolm
make...
was at the house with the first arrest.
Okay. So Malcolm was not at the house with this
I was
second...
at the house with the second arrest.
Okay.
So it's two different things.
Okay.
Malcolm was there with the first arrest.
I mean, like, is it a coincidence that every time when Mr. Katie Molefe gets arrested, one of these prominent people is there? They're always there.
We were not there. So Malcolm was not there with the second arrest when we were there.
So Malcolm X is not the person that shared this information with you at all?
What information?
That connected you to Katie Molefe?
No. It's not Malcolm X.
Okay. There are questions being asked around, and I'm sure you've seen at the State Capture, at the Madlanga Commission. I keep on referring to the State Capture Commission. At the Madlanga Commission,
yes,
there are people that are trying to connect the dots here about the business people in Gauteng. And some people come up and try to mention your name to try and link you to some of the people that are linked to people like Ket Matlala and Katie Molefe. How do you respond to that? Because that has brought in allegations that you may be involved, as you know, in the criminal syndicate.
Yeah.
Are you at all connected to these individuals that have been found wanting by the SAPS?
But then you're talking about individuals. You must be specific. I have responded to the issue of Mr. Molefe.
Yeah.
It was investigated and inquiry happened. If you mention Ket Matlala, I can tell you now that I don't have Ket Matlala's phone number. We have never called each other. So there's no business between me, Ket Matlala.
Yeah.
There's no business. So there's no relationship. We have never ever called each other. So I don't know which other business.
Morgan Hangwani Maumela, do you know him?
No.
Malcolm X, you know?
Come on, man. Malcolm worked for me at ZA.
Yeah. And Serge Kabonge as well, you know?
Serge Kabonge has been at line from 2010 at ZA.
Yeah.
Serge Kabonge has driven with me when I go DJ. I know these people.
Do you get shocked when such people are connected to these guys that are now behind bars? Because Serge Kabonge is connected to Ket Matlala and Morgan Maumela. These are people
connected
that he
how,
says,
Clement?
he told me that these are his close business associates. In fact, at some point he referred to Ket Matlala as a friend.
Yes, that is his friend. It's not my friend. I know you. I don't know who you know.
True.
So who you know is not my issue. My issue is me knowing you.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking, did it concern you? Did it even shock you that someone like Kabonge would say that he's even close friends with someone like Shadrach Sibia? Did this come as a shock to you as a fellow friend or an associate?
Shadrach Sibia is a cop. What is the problem? You see, Ket. You know, I'm calling you Ket because there's a video of you and President, and people are saying you are Ket Matlala. Yeah. So I was not shocked. Okay. There's no shock. People know each other. Malcolm is in the business. He's in the entertainment business. He's, as he says, a super consultant. He knows many people. Malcolm will shock you bringing a president of Nigeria to ZA. Malcolm will shock you bringing a president of Ghana to Rivonia on deck when we had these businesses. So there's no shock. These people know people. Both of them are in the entertainment space. Serge was called the blesser, the international blesser. They are in the... So they know people. Same as me. I was in the entertainment space for long. I know people. I know a lot of people. People come to my place. They come and buy alcohol and celebrate. Yeah. They come and enjoy themselves. I know these people.
But not everybody.
But guys, can somebody please tell me, man, what is this business that these people are conducting? Because we are told that, no, you know, Serge Kabonge is a businessman, and Malcolm X is a businessman. These people are telling us about their links with the likes of Senzo Mchunu. They are telling us about their links with the likes of the Deputy National Commissioner, Shadrach Sibia. And at the same time, these people, they have the links with the likes of Kenukunene. What is exactly going there in Gauteng? What is happening there in Gauteng? What is happening there in Gauteng? What is this business? Like they always like business. No, we are just business associate. No, this guy is not my comrade. We are just a business associate. No, this is not my friend. It's just my associate. What is this business that these people are running in Gauteng? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. And right now, it's almost as if we have resorted to calling criminals business people. I think this is what we have resorted to as South Africans. All of these people are business. No, we are running business. I have close links with the people in government. Business. I have close links with the people that have been accused of murdering people across this country. Business. What is this business that these people are conducting there in Gauteng? I don't understand. Honestly, I don't understand. There seems like there's a huge business there in Gauteng that is happening. There's a huge business that is happening there in Gauteng. So, guys, what are your thoughts, man, about the explanations of Kenukunene? I still do not believe Kenukunene, and the fact that he becomes defensive when we are asking about the report that has cleared him. It tells me like there's more to this story. There's more to this story. I believe that in the words of Ramaphosa, the books were being cooked. I believe that the reports were being cooked. And I do not have the evidence for anything that I'm saying right now. But this is just my opinion. What are your thoughts, guys? Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the like button and the most important part, subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.